all about. And with that, I'll turn it over to a gentleman who, as chairman of the Natural Resources Committee, has been fighting for years, championing for American energy development and production, Chairman Doc Hastings.
Thank you, Corey, and thank all of you for being here. Just a little history. We have already passed bipartisan legislation dealing with American energy development and American jobs on offshore energy. We did that last year in a bipartisan basis. The focus of this bill is onshore energy and, of course, American jobs associated with that. Part of that package is accompanied in H.R. 2150, which is the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska Access Act. Now, again, a little history. In 1923, the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska was set aside. Why? Because even then they realized there had to be some sort of reserve for American energy within the United States or their territories at that time. NPR Alaska has a potential of over, or I should say nearly 3 billion barrels of crude, just in Natural Petroleum Reserve Alaska, and close to 115 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. But the problem has been that even though that reserve has been set aside for nearly 90 years, the permitting and the access to that area has been tied up in red tape certainly by this administration. Case in point, ConocoPhillips waited upwards of 4 years just to build a bridge across a river to access that oil that has already been set aside. So what this bill essentially does, and this part of this bill essentially does, is streamline the process to add certainty to the process of drilling for American energy resources. If there's one thing I've heard, and I'm sure you'll hear it from others that follow me, is that those people that want to make the investment to create American energy and American jobs want to have at least some certainty in the process by which they're going to go through. This bill, my aspect of the bill, adds some certainty as it relates specifically to the Natural Petroleum Reserve in Alaska. So with that, let me turn it over to my classmate and colleague from Kentucky, Mr. Ed Whitfield. Ed?